Hey guys, Drifter here. For those of you that don't know, that didn't read the title of the video, or don't follow me on Twitter and watch me complain about things, I passed a kidney stone about 2 days ago. It was one of the more painful experiences in my life, so I thought I'd tell you about it today in commentary form. What you're going to be seeing gameplay-wise is me using akimbo pistols. I'm going to do excellent. This is probably the best akimbo pistol game that I've ever had. I'm going to come very, very close to getting a Warthog just with akimbo pistols, but run out of ammo, have to pick up some other guns, scavenge, and just kind of fail on that one. Then you're going to see me struggle a little bit in the beginning and come back and go on a major akimbo pistol tear at the end, capturing objectives, slaughtering people like crazy. I think you're going to like the gameplay. You've also probably seen bits and pieces of it in depth. I only show the pieces where I kill people, but a lot of people like to see full gameplays, and this is one that I'm proud to show off. Back to the kidney stone. I was having the fan meet up the other night in Arlington, Texas. Everything was going well. It was, well, a little bit. It was a little bit trolly. There were about 220-ish people that signed up, or 220 names that looked real that signed up, and only about 23, 24 people showed up. I say only. There were so many names. There were hundreds of people supposedly coming. I broke it into 4 groups, so it was 4 groups of just a handful of people each, which in a way is better because that means I can meet you on a more personal note, get to know somebody. I don't have to worry about running around or ignoring anybody or anything like that. So I really got to meet people, and this was really good. The downside is I was constantly expecting more people, so instead of eating dinner like I was supposed to do with everybody, I was just kind of bouncing from chair to chair and drinking water. And I kept drinking, and I kept drinking, and I kept drinking. I was drinking water at MLG Dallas. And right near the very end of the fan meetup, we started taking pictures, and my stomach got a little bit grumbly. My bladder got a little bit uncooperative. I had to pee pretty bad, but I was like, you know what, I'll hold it. I'll be fine. I can just hold it. Everybody cycled out, and we were left with the one father and one subscriber, or I say that a little bit. They're both subscribers. They both watch me, but it was kind of funny when I came in the door. I saw a younger fellow and a dad, and I instantly greeted the younger fellow. Didn't say anything to the dad. He's like, "Hey, I watch your videos too." I'm like, "Oh, well, sorry, this is a little awkward." Some people just bring their parents to make sure the kids don't get, kidnapped because they're going to meet strange men on the internet. But we're sitting there eating dinner, just talking about things. We're actually talking about iFlyLini and his problems with the military and that sort of stuff. And I just started having to pee really bad. He's like, okay, well, I can hold it for a little bit, and I just having to sit there, and it got worse, it got worse, it got worse. I was like, okay, it's go time now. It feels like I drank 4 gallons of water, start walking to the bathroom, and I would say my middle to upper left back started hurting, and just hurting, kind of bad. Walk to the bathroom, and just go pee, zip the fly, pull the dong out, start aiming at the toilet. The instant I start peeing, the back pain just gets worse and worse and worse, like a cramp, and then it becomes a very sharp, very constrained, tight kind of cramp, and it starts cramping more and more, and then it turns into an actual searing, blazing sort of pain. And I have no idea what this is. It kind of feels like somebody has a crowbar, and they've stuck a crowbar in my back, and they're kind of prying it all around. Kidney stones are often described as a very sharp pain. I wouldn't say this was sharp, but it wasn't dull and it wasn't sharp. It was like sharpy dull, medium sharp, dull sharp. I don't know what you want. It felt like somebody had a big bar, and they were just prying around on my back. Extremely painful. Hurt a lot. I started getting dizzy, started getting nausea, which means vomiting. I couldn't hardly focus, so I'm still peeing, and then I noticed that the room is starting to spin. And the room spinning while you're peeing isn't a good thing, because that means you're probably going to fall over and then piss all over yourself. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh God, I'm in a fan meetup. Everybody's watching me. Everybody's judging me. What's going to happen if I go to the bathroom and fall in a pile of my own piss? Everybody's going to make fun of me forever. I can't do that. I have to get it together. Oh God, the whole room is spinning. Oh God, it hurts worse and worse, and my vision starts, going black and getting blurry. Thankfully, it was also one of those handicap bathrooms with rails. Put my hands on the rails, managed to hold up. The whole time I'm also peeing, like no hands, trying to flop the dong all around, keep it on the toilet, not piss on myself, because I still have to leave the bathroom and get out of here. And finally the pee stops, and about a minute, 2 minutes later, the pain just subsides. It goes away. It was only like 2-3 minutes of pain, but it was awful. Some other painful experiences I've had was spinal tap with no anesthetics, and I will say that it definitely hurt worse than that, in the short run anyway, and that I also have come very close to suffocating. It did not hurt that bad, or at least wasn't as terrifying, so it wasn't as scarring, but it was extremely bad, so I have to walk back out there and get my in-laws to drive me home, cancel the fan meetup a little bit early, which is kind of an awkward way to end it, like, sorry guys, I feel like I've been stabbed in the back. I don't exactly know what's wrong with me. It's described usually usually as likened to male birth. Interesting thing is, I go to the hospital, describe the symptoms, and they say, this sounds very much like a kidney stone. You obviously have a kidney stone, blah, blah, blah. We're just going to run some blood work on you, make sure you got blood in your urine, you'll be fine. They run the blood work. There's no blood in the urine, so they don't know what's wrong with me. Well, like, it sounds like a kidney stone, but you don't have the very common blood in the urine like a kidney stone. Did a stone come out? I was like, I don't know if a stone come out. I could barely see what I was doing. I barely managed to not pass out. I was like, well, did you hear it hit the pot? No. He's like, well, did you look? I was like, no, I just flushed and got out of there, man. I'm just glad I didn't pee on myself. Kind of silly. And my wife wasn't too pleased with having to spend another night in the ER with me. I'm pretty good at going to the ER. Get on Twitter, and Wicked Shrapnel's tweeting at me like, oh, what'd you name it? What'd you name it? And whatever. But if you do have a kidney stone, I will warn you that it is a very, very unpleasant experience, and it's not something that I would wish upon my worst enemies. You'll probably think this is funny. So I told you I did MMA fighting, or did MMA training. And the guy you'll see in the video, he did a few little practice strikes on me. He didn't actually hit me, but he just kind of like touched me with his fist. And I could feel when we were training that it was a very strong punch. Like I could feel that if he followed through, that I would be in a world of hurt. And as soon as this pain started in my back, the only thing I could think of is like, oh, this is a movie. What if he did a delayed strike like the real martial artists do, where they punch you and you don't feel the real effect until later? I was thinking like some Rurouni Kenshin stuff. I remember like Rurouni got punched a whole bunch of times, and he's like, I'm not hurt, blah blah blah. I've already taken the same kind of blows from your student, and he's like, well, now you're gonna see the difference between the blows of a student and a master. And then all of a sudden, like all the pain loaded up late, and he was like, oh, that was the only thing that came into my mind. I thought I'd been getting knocked down by chi or some kind of martial arts. It was just a overall very painful experience, but kind of good to keep me on my feet. Here's the part where I was telling you about tearing people up in this. Gonna get a Warthog orbital VSAT airstrike, everything at once. Have to call it in as fast as possible at the last minute. I don't even think I got any points or any kills from any of this, but you know, just throwing them down. Gonna kill something maybe here at the end. Nope, nothing. And now all the explosions come in. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I hope you found it perhaps enlightening or amusing. I'm at PAX right now. This has been pre-recorded for a couple of days. Got to get some content flowing. Hopefully I'll have some good PAX vlogs for you, and hopefully you'll enjoy them too. Drifter out.